So in today's video, we're going to be speaking about immigration, illegal immigration in the West, and whether or not we have a problem, because things are looking real spooky right now, I can't lie.
If I told you this was happening in 2024, would you believe me? Let me tell you how crazy this is. In Aurora, Colorado, there's a Venezuelan gang that has taken over 2 apartment buildings. I kid you not, the landowner has contacted the local authorities. They said there's nothing they can do about it. That's squatter laws, bro. I kid you not, look this up. Number 2, he went to the FBI. They said there's nothing they can do. And he even went to the marshals, y'all. And this Venezuelan gang has taken over the apartment building. They're charging the tenants inside rent money like they're the landlords. Meanwhile, the real landlord can't get these people evicted. All the people that's leaving the apartment buildings, as soon as they leave, these Venezuelan gang members are just moving in more gang members to a point where they are taking over the building with guns. It's no more security there. Like, look this up right now. And this is exactly what I was talking about like 2 weeks ago. Oh, not even 2 weeks ago on a couple of my videos. This is what they want. Attack within. Y'all better stay safe. Y'all better stay safe. This is what.
Look, I seen the video and I couldn't believe it. Okay, I didn't know if I was looking at Colorado or Medellin. Okay, or the favelas. Okay, or Sierrazas or Carrasas, wherever in Venezuela. I wonder how are they letting this happen?
Tomorrow, Texas Governor Abbott is scheduled to hold a press conference as a Venezuelan street gang takes over a hotel in El Paso.
So this is the same gang whose members are accused of committing crimes in Colorado, including in an apartment complex.
Lieutenant Christopher Oliveras is of the Texas.
This is how they're moving. They got the law. This is how you know the gun problem in America is crazy. How do a bunch of illegal Venezuelans get long guns like this? I don't even know what is it. Is this a sniper rifle? Is this a AK? I don't even know. Look, it's got the scope. Why do you need the scope? But whoever's in control of wherever this is happening, whatever state this is happening in, needs to take over. Because it's a horrible look. There's no way. I'll make this swift. I'm calling in whoever I have to call in, take this down real quick, send them back. As a matter of fact, call the president of El Salvador, see if they got more spaces in those prisons. Because who do they think they are? But look, before we get into the discussion of illegal immigration and whether or not it's a problem or what scale of a problem it actually is, we have to go to the UK. Because in the UK right now, some of the dumbest stuff is happening. People are getting locked up for Facebook posts while simultaneously releasing violent inmates because of a lack of space.
There are less than 80 spaces left in the entire prison system for men. That's right, you heard it. Less than 80. Now, it was 100 a few days ago, but that number has come down. But what does this all mean? As a lawyer, what I would say that if you are due for sentencing or you're due before the courts and need to be sentenced, this is probably a good time. Because whilst there are sentencing guidelines, there is increased pressure across the board to look at non-custodial sentences. So if you are, this might be a good time.
Did you see this? Unbelievable. A criminal who was released early from prison has been rearrested for sexual assault. Just yesterday, Starmer released 1,750 serious criminals from prison in the UK. What is the point on doing that? Those criminals will repeat the same crime again. How can people feel safe in the UK when you release so many criminals? This is a fucking joke, seriously. Starmer is destroying the UK.
So you may be asking, what does this issue have to do with immigration or illegal immigration, right? Well, the people who are getting arrested in the UK for posting on Facebook are posting on Facebook because they're tired of the immigrants. They're tired of the immigrants and they are calling for violent acts against said immigrants.
Doesn't matter if you've never had anything, no history of anything in your life, you're still going to prison. And an example of that today is a lady who made a Facebook post. And in that Facebook post, in a moment of rage, she obviously typed something to the effect of, burn these things down. Clearly not the sort of thing you're going to be able to just say offhand, but she's been given...
She was inciting violence against mosques, insinuating that they should be burnt down. And she was arrested. Kind of rightfully so, in my opinion.
Given a prison sentence, I think in the order of 13 to 18 months for one Facebook post. And you can say she shouldn't have said that, or that was entirely the wrong thing to post, or that's a shocking thing to post. Sure, we'll give that message to the lady, ensure that she doesn't make those posts again, and let her get on with her life. How is a prison sentence for a 50-something-year-old lady going to help anybody at this point? And of course, the second important thing that I want to say relating to this is there's this idea, right? If you still believe in the law, we're all equal under the law. That's one of the phrases people like to pipe out, right? The law's the law, I used to get told, or we're all equal under the law. That's clearly not the case. Because if a 50-something-year-old lady who made one Facebook post that she certainly shouldn't have, but could have just been reprimanded, warned, and had some other action taken instead of being sent to the slammer, you know, the question that you see repeated on social media by people quite rightly asking it is, and what happened to those guys that broke the nose of the police officer? Or what happened to the Romanian or Roma community? Whatever you want to call them, it doesn't matter. What happened to all of those guys when they set things on fire, when they rioted, when they protested?
Comparing apples and oranges. If this 53-year-old woman was sent to prison and somebody else, you know, a Romanian or whatever, done the same thing, said the same post, and didn't get sent to prison, then there would be a problem. But this woman was inciting violence. You're not allowed. So she got arrested. But the fact that this woman is getting arrested and then they're releasing violent criminals doesn't make sense. And it's gotten to the point where people have no choice but to laugh and make fun of this, because this is so stupid.
It just released me early. Your boy's out. I'm free at last. Hey, look. Yes. Hey, apparently there's been like a mad influx of OAPs posting like hurty words and naughty memes on Facebook, you know, so they get themselves nicked so they don't freeze to death over the winter. So they're getting in there to get warm, you know. Now Keir Starmer's killing them off by taking away their winter fuel allowance. Luckily, I'm one of the 1,700 prisoners being released early today. You know, I was doing 5 years for an armed robbery. Nothing serious. Just popped into HSBC with a little sawn-off shotgun. Bosh, done the security guard, nicked a bit of dough. I ain't gonna lie though, I'm gonna miss Wandsworth Prison. It's one of the best ones, you know. You pay a bit of money, prison guards suck you off on that. You must have seen my videos, yeah? You don't know. Hey, listen, I'm happy to do my bit. If it helps an elderly person taking my cell, if it saves a granny, this winter I'm all for it, you know. Big up Keir Starmer. Love that. Love you, man. Now listen, I need to get a bit of dough. Anyone know where the nearest HSBC is and that?
It is a real joke out here in the UK. And when you see nonces getting suspended sentences to accommodate people posting racist stuff online, you know that there is something inherently wrong with the system. And what is a nonce? Well, I said this on my main channel. A nonce is someone, a child fondler, okay? A kid caresser. That is a nonce. And this famous nonce, who I believe used to work at BBC, has gotten a suspended sentence because, again, there's just not enough space.
We've just heard the sentence. Hugh Edwards has been given a 6 months jail suspended sentence for 2 years. Let me reiterate that, 6 months jail sentence suspended for 2 years with a requirement to complete a sex offender programme plus 25 sessions. So he's been given a suspended sentence for 2 years. What that means is he won't go to prison, but if he reoffends during that time, he will go to jail.
Firstly, this guy got caught with child porn. He only got 2 years. The woman posted something online and got 18 months, I believe Katie Hopkins said she got. Does that make sense? But the question has to be why. In these type of situations, when you see dumb stuff happening, you have to ask yourself, why is it happening? Why? You have to keep asking why. And this is the conclusion that I've come to. Liberals are very intolerant of different ideas, different ideologies. They are very intolerant to the opposition. There are people who have been locked up rightfully, because that's the law, for inciting violence. But there are also people who have been locked up just for being racist. Not inciting violence, just saying a racist comment has got them locked up. This, in my opinion, is all about control. Because if you can get locked up for just saying a racist statement or having a racist opinion, which is just an opinion, what else can you get locked up for? What other opinions can you get locked up for? And then we start to go down a real slippery slope of people getting locked up for anything. They put something out in BBC that they're going to crack down on misogyny. In the ideal world, you're cracking down on misogyny? Cool. But who decides what misogyny is? These fairies that are in charge. And I guarantee we will get to a point where any criticism of women will be labeled as misogyny. And they will start putting people away. However, how do they do that? They have to release the real criminals. But they're very willing to do that because them controlling thought is way more important. I actually forgot to put this in, which is crazy because it's like the whole premise of the video. But no, I don't believe the West has an immigration problem. Now, for the people who advocate for illegal immigrants, I don't understand them. I don't know if we operate on the same plane, like of reality, but there's no situation where illegal immigration is good. You have to know who's coming into your country. You have to follow the said procedures. Now, if you're someone who wants tighter borders or you want, more thorough procedures, whatever the case is, okay. But there are some people, especially in the UK, I don't know about America, but especially in the UK, who act like immigrants are the bane of their existence. Immigrants are the reason why they're failing. And that is not the case for anyone. If you're failing in life, it's mostly on you.